Hello everyone, and welcome to the second part of the review for the JJRC X7 Smart quadcopter. So it's really cold outside, but I couldn't wait anymore for better weather. So hopefully today's test flight will go well, because probably I'm the single maddest person on the world that uses a scooter on snow and flies drones in freezing weather. But that's hobby for us. Right, so I need my mobile phone. I have improvised the landing pad here, so I'm going to hook on the phone, and I need to power this. You need to hold the power button for about 2 seconds, and I'm going to power on the transmitter, and of course the mobile phone, which hopefully will unlock maximum brightness. Let's see, do I get the wireless of the quadcopter? There are a lot of wireless networks around. Hopefully this will not mess up with my wireless of the quadcopter. So it's obtaining the IP address. It's connected, that's cool. I'm going to turn off the mobile data. Okay, now I'm going to connect to the drone with the Enjoy flight. Alright, so it says that it needs GPS on my mobile phone. Alright, so GPS, hopefully it's on. Let's check it again. Yes, I do have location. Start flying. Warning, SD card is not formatted. Click OK to format. Alright, formatting. Format succeeded. Cool. The drone is under remote controller control. Yes, that's fine. It shows now the capacity of the micro SD card correctly. And it shows here not available position, so it hasn't locked on to the GPS yet or not. Alright, let's see. Position, altitude. The drone is under, please do not instruct this operation. Alright, so I can change it with the controller. This is in altitude mode, and I'm going back to GPS mode in preparation. So it's still searching for satellites. Alright, so it's ready, go. It has already 9 satellites. It's very nice because I have some old memories with the old JJRC. I can't remember its name now, but it took something like 10 minutes to get GPS, so this one locks fine into position. So beginner mode is disabled. Let's do a compass calibration. Please calibrate compass, perform calibration outdoor. Alright, calibrate. Please start, keep level rotation. Alright, so I'm going to do some level rotations. Please try again. First turn drone, please keep head of the drone upward and rotate again. Alright, so upward, then I'm going to rotate it again. Calibration success. Oh, that's fine, very good. So that was done. Gyro calibration, I will not mess with it because it's far from level down there. Right, so low power alarm, it's at 10%. I'm going to increase it to 20% because it's very cold and the battery will go faster. Right, so that's about it. Let's start video recording from the drone. With this button, does it record? That's not nice because it doesn't show me anything. I think I need to keep this button pressed. I get 2 beeps. Yes, and now it's recording video. At least it shows on my screen. So one push is picture, long press is for video. And the map is not working because mobile data is disconnected, the thing that I was telling you in the first place. I'm now going to try to enable mobile data. Hopefully the app will not crash, and maybe, just maybe, I will get the map working as well. So let's see. No, it doesn't look like it's going to show me the map. Never mind, I'm not going to fiddle with that. For safety, I'm going to turn off mobile data for now. I'm going to try that feature some other time. Let's see how this thing flies first. So antennas are in position. Not very nice because the mobile phone is kind of blocking the antennas. I would tilt the phone downward, but that will make the antennas go downward, and you need to actually keep the antennas perpendicular to the distance for the drones. So not very nice that, but let's go on. So arming the motors. Motors are armed, and let's do a position test. And this thing is very good at keeping the position. So I'm going to put it a bit farther from the scooter because that's a big hunk of metal with magnetic motors. So look at that. I'm not doing anything to it. This thing hovers in position absolutely great. It's doing its job very well. I'm really impressed by that because there's no toilet bowl effect. There's nothing weird with it. So let's get a bit of altitude with it. Not very punchy when going up, but it does go up. So let's get even a bit more altitude. So I'm at only 30 meters. I'm not going to do anything extreme today, just going to get some images, some footage from the camera and see how well this thing flies. So full forward speed in GPS mode, doing 7 meters per second, 8 meters per second. That's pretty good actually. And now I'm yawing back to me and coming back full speed. 7 meters, 8 meters, 9 meters per second. Wow, that is impressive. So this thing really likes to fly fast in GPS mode. Very nice, very nice. So I do have some visitors here. Hopefully they will not mess with my quadcopter. Go away, birds. All right, so I hope that the camera footage looks good on my mobile phone screen. It actually looks pretty good. It's very sharp for such kind of a quadcopter. And that gives me an idea. I will go a bit more up and I'm going to do a slow panning around to get the view. So let's try to rotate it gently so it will not be choppy. Kind of hard to give it gentle moves because my fingers are already frozen, and at that height with this much wireless interference I do get some shuttering into the image on my mobile phone, so it jumps a bit. It's fine for a few seconds, then have a bit of lag, then freezes a bit, then does that thing. And now that I'm closer, it's working fine with no other issues. So let's see what else we can test. So I'm already having 5 minutes of recording already with it. I wonder how much the battery will last. So this already shows that I'm still at 80% battery. Wow, that is impressive with all this cold weather. And this is a champ when holding the position. It's a bit breezy. I'm actually using an external microphone to my action camera because otherwise you will only hear wind noise. But this thing is really nice. So they really did a good thing with the GPS on this thing. I remember I will try the pan of the camera. So that's the panning working there, up and down. That's the maximum up, and that's maximum down. Maximum down still goes, so it's actually 90 degrees. So if I go up, you can do some interesting images, something like that. Okay, so probably I have made you dizzy. What I also like about it, it has orientation lights. So if you fly this in combination with line of sight, you can see it has red LEDs in the front, green LEDs on the back. So it will going to give you an idea where it's heading. So it's very easy to fly it even in daytime. The lights are visible, which is nice because most quadcopters that have positioning lights, LEDs on them, are not really visible in daytime. This thing will do just fine. Maybe you can see them on the camera as well, and that's a really nice addition. So let's do some slow low passes. Let's see how well it flies gently. That's actually nice. The joysticks are rather good. They do have good control over them because some controllers have a kind of a dead zone. You can move them a bit and they will do nothing, and then simply they will jump. Well, this thing doesn't do that. They are really progressive, very easy to control. So if you just use it slowly forward, the quadcopter will go very slow forward. If you punch it forward, it will go full tilt and get speed. So that's nice because you have great control with this. I do observe a minor drawback on it. If you are holding the position, if you are staying in one point like that, so I'm going to let it settle and I'm viewing it fast, it will drift a bit, just a bit, but it will lock into position immediately after I stop yawing it. So that's a bit weird. It kind of disconnects the GPS, loses positioning while yawing, but it will not drift away. It simply has a bit of I don't know, let's call it offset. It will go a bit in that part, it will return there, it will go a bit up, down, and that's it. But nothing serious. You won't crash by that. You can yaw it as much as you can, but as you can see, now it's going a bit left, a bit right, a bit down, and if I let it go, it even comes back where I have started yawing it. Not a really con, but a thing that I have observed, and I want to share it with you. So still flies very nice. 10 minutes of recording, 40% battery. The wind has picked up and you can see it fighting the wind, still holding the position. Very nice. So I wonder if I can do something. Nope, I cannot use the smart flight modes because the map will not load on my mobile phone. I will try to fly this again some other time with another mobile phone, and now I'm getting a vibration alert. The battery is showing 20%, now 40%. The battery went down because it was fighting the wind using more power, and now it has went a bit up because the wind has calmed down and it's not using that much power to stay in the air. And they claim 23 minutes of flight time. I think that is possible with it if you fly it gently, not hover it, not go up down like crazy, and not in this cold weather because it's really freezing. It's under 0 degrees centigrade. Not very cold, but not very good for flying LiPo batteries because LiPo does not like cold weather, so the capacity always is lower than the true capacity. Actually, a drop in 20 degrees centigrade can halve the capacity of a battery. That's a study of lithium ion batteries and lithium polymer batteries. So this thing still flies, and I still get that warning now. Now it's went back to 20%, but still flyable. Wow, and this thing really likes speed, and it's very stable at speed. It keeps the heading very nice, it counters the wind. It's like flying it on a rail, so if you push it straight up ahead, it will go straight up ahead, it will not drift to sides. I really like that. So it really flies nicely for a GPS quadcopter, brushless GPS quadcopter, that it's so cheap. I think that this thing is a real nice alternative to the MJX box series, like the box 5. So the camera has tiltable control, flight time is good, brushless motors, you have telemetry, true telemetry on the app, so it shows you height, distance, heading, vertical speed, horizontal speed, battery level, signal level of the GPS. So that's really nice. It shows you how much space you have on the micro SD card left. So you have a lot of information, just like on a high cost quadcopter, only that this thing is cheap, and you can now actually buy this thing with optional 3 batteries included in the package, and that is really awesome because that can put you a lot of flight time on it. One downside of this quadcopter is actually the charge time, because I have charged this last night and it took something like actually 4 hours charging it, and because I didn't want to leave the charger overnight, I have pulled the battery from charging, and those blinking LEDs from the charger were still blinking, so it did show now 100%, but actually the battery was not fully charged, so the charger is extremely slow, and you cannot use a hobby grade charger because of that connector they are using. So that's kind of a con. And is it landing? No, it's not landing. It's still happy flying, and it's now showing 10%, so I'm going to keep it close because I don't want it to crash from the air. I'm going to stop the video recording because I want to save the file. And by the way, it's at 14 minutes of recording, so I'm already almost at 15 minutes of flight time, so that's pretty good. They say 23 minutes, but usually 20 minutes of flight time, so it does very well. It still flies. So now I'm going to wait for the battery to die completely. That's not great to do on batteries because it really uses them up and reduces the lifespan, but I also want to do a true flight time test. And this thing still flies. You know what? I forgot to take some pictures, so let's do a selfie. Something like that, me and my scooter. Right. And another picture. All right, and let's do a bit of altitude again, although the battery is low. Camera upward, picture, and another picture. and another picture, and another picture. And now I'm going to bring it lower. So, still flying happily. Alright, and I get another warning here, current, it says safe flight GPS position, current power it's less than, and something like that. So the phone is constantly vibrating. I have read 10% there, and here on the GPS I get a warning that the battery is starting to get real low. But this thing, it's still in the air, still flying, and I think that is going to reach those 20 minutes of flight time even in this really cold weather. So those are probably the longest 10% of a battery that you have ever seen. So the voltage drop probably is greater because of the cold, so it shows low battery, but you still have enough juice left, and keeps on flying and fighting, torturing air with the propellers. And it's so smooth, so nice. You can hear actually the correction of the flight controller when it corrects the wind, but it's still smooth. It's not jerky. There are some GPS quadcopters that you can hear the corrections that are kind of sudden correction, like humming noise of a vibration, something more aggressive. This thing is smooth, calm, and keeps the position very well. So my guesstimate now is that probably we have went over 20 minutes. I will measure the flight time from the time code of the video. I will see at what minute and second exactly I have taken off with it, and when it dies I'm going to see that on the camera, and I'm going to add the total on my video. Alright, so it's now auto landing. I'm going to note that on the video, and we'll see how much that was, and I'm going to add it to my video. So there you go. This was the flight test, the first flight test, because I'm going to try to solve the problem with the map displaying on the app. And when I solve that, I'm going to be able to try the waypoints mode and tap to fly mode, because without the map the app will not work, because it doesn't know the position of the quadcopter. I don't know what is wrong with the map. I do have had a similar experience with other apps and other devices, and not this kind of quadcopters, other type of quadcopters. And that's because the phone tries always to use the connection, the data connection, mobile data connection with the device, and it will not use it for internet access. So it will try to connect to the drone not on the Wi-Fi but on the mobile phone, and will try to use the wireless for downloading the map, and of course the drone cannot download the map from the internet. So it's something with my mobile phone. There are some mobile phones that work properly, will do have the connection with the drone and can download the map. I'm going to try to find such mobile phone, but Beside that, the drone flies very nice, like a GPS quadcopter. It connects to the GPS very fast, keeps the position very well, flight time is very long, and hopefully the camera footage will be at least decent. So that was it. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, as I'm going to do some more videos with this quadcopter and other quadcopters as well, as I publish regular YouTube reviews and tests. So until my next video, see you and bye bye.